Hi, I'm Mary, a librarian and book reviewer with a focus on stories written for kids, tweens, and teens. Today, I get to share with you this book called The Giant and the Grizzly Bear, written by Rosemary Avrana Mayok and illustrated by Thamiris Paradis. This is the traditional story that comes from the Western Arctic, and in this story, it's said that there's a giant that wanders the land, especially in the time leading up to the winter. So in the autumn, he's walking around and looking for grizzly bears. But as he's wandering, he comes across a abandoned human settlement, and there, amidst everything that was left behind, was a small child. So the giant adopts the child as his own and brings him back to the cave with him. As he starts to settle in for the winter months, the giant asks the boy to please wake him up if there is a bear that comes nearby. When that first bear arrives, the boy does exactly what was asked, wakes up the giant, and the giant says, "Well, it's not as big of a bear as I was expecting." So when the second bear comes, that's when everything starts to change. So this traditional story is put into this lovely picture book and comes from the land of the Western Arctic and into the homes and classrooms of children around the world. Because this is a traditional tale, it is limited as far as backstory or emotions in general, but it does focus on the relationship between the boy and the giant and how the grizzly bear comes into it, in addition to some traditional understanding of how some of the landscape came to be designed. So this is a story that is similar to many found in cultures around the world as far as explaining how the land has come to be shaped in the way that it has, or the flora and fauna come to be the way that they are. So this story features a lot of the colors and landscapes and imagery that you would find in the Western Arctic. So it immerses readers immediately into this landscape. It also includes a specific word that comes from the language that is spoken in the Western Arctic, along with a pronunciation guide at the back for anyone who's not familiar. So it's a nice way to engage readers around the world with a specific culture from the Western Arctic and the traditional stories that go along with it. So even though it isn't tremendously long, it's not as deep as some other picture books, because it is a traditional tale. It's fun to share with readers, both young and old. It's also great to read aloud because you have large pictures that can be seen from a distance, not a whole lot of text on each page. So it is a lovely addition to traditional stories from around the world, whether it's in libraries, classrooms, or in homes. If this sounds like a great fit for you or for someone you know, I hope you look for it at your favorite bookstore.